Hey guys, welcome to Horticulture Geek. Come with me as we plant up the planters at the front door today. Hey guys, welcome back to Horticulture Geek. I'm Ray and thank you so much for joining me today here in the garden. Today, like I said, I'm going to be working on planting up the containers at the front door. I have 6 matching containers up there, 3 on each side of the door flanking the entrance to our home. And if you have watched my channel for a while, you know that I live on a fairly busy street, and so the traffic and road noise up there can be a bit much. So I like to start videos in the front yard in the back so that you can have an opportunity to hear what I'm saying. So we're gonna go up there in just a second. I'll show you what the planters look like now. I'll run through the plants I've picked up to put in them. And then I'll show you it kind of at the end when it's done. And so we will just kind of work through that process. It is late, it is June. But what happened is the pansies that I had in there over the winter and fall still looked super good, and I just didn't have the heart to pull them out. But now that we're in June and our temperatures are soaring, the pansies are finally getting stressed out. They're getting leggy, so they're just not looking as good as they could. So it's time to switch those out. So I went to the garden center and found some beautiful things to get these pots situated to take me all the way through the end of the growing season until first frost hits and takes them out. The other thing I wanted to say is you can look, my giant Orion pet lilies are blooming and they're looking so beautiful. I'm hoping to get a garden tour in very soon. So if you have not hit that notification bell, now's a great time to do that so that when I do put out my full garden tour, you will be able to see it. All right, that's enough chit chat for now. So let me take the camera out to the front yard and we're gonna get busy potting up our containers at the front door. Here we go. Okay, so I just showed you the pots as they set right now, full of the pansies, and you saw the box full of goodies here at the front porch. So I thought we would just kind of run through the goodies real quick. Now I do have a bucket here, right here, and it is already got some fresh potting soil and some biotone starter fertilizer mixed together in there, because inevitably I'm gonna have to fill in some of these containers as I pull old stuff out. And then I also have my slow release fertilizer granules that I'll put into the pots once I'm done to keep them well fed throughout the summer. So let's look at some of the things that I picked up to go into these pots. Now I already have a sun patient in here. I put one of those in several weeks ago just because I had some space in there, and I just put those in to get going. So to coordinate with that, I have picked up this Angelonia. Look at how pretty that is. Isn't that great? Let me get the tag for you. So this is Angelonia Cherry Red, and I will try to put that on the screen. All right, next up I have a verbena, and this is a nice purple verbena. And this is literally verbena purple. Then I picked up some calibrachoas. And you can see there that this is Holy Cow. All right, as a good filler, I picked up some Scaviola. So this is just a white Scaviola. And then I have a couple more sun patients right here. And let me see what the variety is on this. I don't remember. It is Compact Coral Pink. Okay, so with all of this stuff, oh, and I did pick up a 6-pack of just generic pink. These are called Apple Blossom. These are called Apple Blossom petunias. These are standard petunias. These are not anything fancy, but I picked up a 6-pack just in case I felt like I needed to tuck something else in to some of these containers. So this is what I'm working with in order to get these pots ready to go. So I'm just gonna set the camera up now and get to work. So I gotta take all the pansies out, clean them up, the plants that are staying in each pot, give them any deadheading, pruning, anything that needs to be done, and then get all the new stuff in there. So I'm gonna set the camera up and let it roll. So here we go. Okay, I am back in the backyard, and if you notice in the video, the two verbenas I did not plant in those containers. I just didn't feel like they were going to fit anywhere. So I brought them back to the backyard to plant them, and I had two of the apple blossom petunias left. So I was going to show you where I put those, and I put those at the base of these trees. Now these are Italian cypresses in containers. They look terrible right now. This is winter burn. The hard winter this year burned this Italian cypress and my other Italian cypress right over there. So they have some severe winter burn that they're still trying to flush out of, but they're alive. But anyway, I put one petunia in that pot and one petunia in that pot, just to give me some color in there. And then this is a good opportunity too to show you a little update on the zinnia seeds that we planted the other day when we planted our dahlias. As you can see, they are sprouted and growing and looking pretty good thus far. So it won't be too much longer. We'll have a bed full of beautiful zinnia and dahlia blooms back here as well. All right, so now let me go back to the front yard and give you, oh, the verbena. Here we go. I put those right here. All right, so I put the verbenas right here, and you can see that I've got some scarlet sage or red salvias planted here in the curve of this wall. And so I just plopped the two purple verbenas in next to those because I thought it would just be a pretty addition. The purple and the red will play well together. And then the purple verbena should perform well in the ground here and will hopefully spill over the side of the retention wall. So that's what we're looking at in the backyard. Now, let me take you back to the front and show you really what we're here for this video, those containers and how they turned out. Here we go. All right, here we go. Just a little change, and these pots are looking much better. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up today's project here in the garden. I hope you have enjoyed it. It was a quick, simple project, but one that I needed to get done, that I had been putting off and putting off. And you know, sometimes gardeners, we get into that situation where we have a plant like a pansy or something that is just beautiful. We know it's not going to last. We just let it be and do its thing. And so we get behind on when we really should have planted our summer annuals or something else. And so that's a common thing. So if you are in that boat, don't feel bad. Don't feel like you're getting a late start or anything. It is fine. The plants I put out there today still have plenty of hot weather. They're still going to grow. They're still going to thrive and bulk up and hopefully be beautiful. So if you are in the position like me where you've let your winter pots or your early spring pots go because they were just so pretty and now it's time to switch them out, get out there and get it handled. You may have to shop for beautiful plants. Some garden centers are low on stock. Some garden centers have things. I've talked about this before in videos. You have to remember, just like Walmart, who have multiple vendors bringing them in stuff, most garden centers have multiple vendors, multiple growers that they order in plants from. So some garden centers may be out of stock and their growers may be out of stock, whereas other garden centers may still have beautiful things and their growers are still growing and actively shipping them things. So it all depends on where you go. So if you go to one place and it's a bust, don't get discouraged, just shop around. At this point, you can probably start finding some deals at big box stores if the plants are still in good shape. We all know big box stores don't have the trained staff to handle their plants. They literally take them off a truck, put them out, hope for the best that they sell in time before they get dead or looking terrible. But you can still find some good deals, and some garden centers, especially like at hardware stores, are ramping down. They are done. The spring rush is over. They have no interest in carrying plants through the rest of the summer. As a matter of fact, one of the hardware stores, that's an Ace Hardware here near my house, where I bought a lot of things in the spring, they have the entire garden center, plants, shrubs, roses, vegetables, whatever annuals they have left. The entire garden center is 50% off right now because they're done. They're done with it. They're ready to be done. So there are still deals to be had. There are still beautiful things to be found. You just have to get out there, take your time and do some shopping and visit multiple places to see what you can get. So I hope this has inspired you. I hope you are going to get out there, get your hands dirty, and do something beautiful in your yard. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear those. Put them down below. I'll do my very best to answer them. And if you would give this video a thumbs up, I certainly would appreciate it. That's going to wrap it up for me today here in the Horticulture Geek Garden. And as always, from my garden to yours, I wish you all the best and happy gardening.